Hello and welcome to Diary of a Common Man. My name is Salim Lalani, and once again, we have a very special guest, Shai. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, Shai had come to the channel and she spoke pretty eloquently, and we got a lot of comments that people liked what Shai had to say and the way she said it. So I thought, why not invite her again and see if she can share some more thoughts about the system. So without any further delay, let me uh, welcome Shai. Hello, how are
Hello.
you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good, always good. All right. So, Shai, as I just said, a lot of people liked your program the other day. So let's share some more information about the evil cult.
Sure.
So tell me, what have you got today?
I have a couple of questions for you. Maybe you
Okay,
can answer them for me and explain to me where all this is coming from.
so
Um, so the first question I have today is, what is Aga Khan's real name? Can you answer that for me?
yes, he was named Karim,
Uh-huh.
and from memory, it was his grandfather Sultan Muhammad Shah
Uh-huh.
who gave him that name. But there is another aspect to the name of Aga Khan. See, in the constitution, Ismaili constitution, he identifies himself as Shah Karim al Husseini Hazar Imam.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so where did the Shah come from? Where did al Husseini come from? And where did Hazar Imam come from?
Uh-huh.
Karim, we understand
Right.
that, okay, that was his the given name by birth.
Uh-huh.
But where did all this come from? So, would you like me to expand on that, or you have another question?
No, please expand on that because I'm very curious. And I'm sure other people are too, because I mean, that should be a simple thing that if somebody asks you what his name is, you should be able to answer that question as an Ismaili, I would think.
Yeah, great thought. Okay, so let me start. Shah.
Hmm.
Where did Shah come from? Who gave him the title of the Shah?
Hmm.
And what is Shah? So let's start with what is Shah.
Hmm.
In the context of Ismailism, or rather Nizari Ismailism,
Hmm.
Shah is coming from Iran,
Hmm.
Shah of Iran.
Right.
Why? Because the great grandfather of Aga Khan, Aga Khan 1, this
Hmm.
Aga Khan is Aga Khan 4.
Hmm.
The great grandfather of Aga Khan 1,
Hmm.
was a royal in the court of Shah of Iran, the Qajar Shah.
Oh, okay.
Now, Aga Khan 1 never became the Shah. He couldn't, because he was just a governor of a province called Kerman province
Hmm.
in south of Iran. But he was not the Shah. He couldn't have been. Now, what these people do, they take upon themselves to self-proclaim themselves as the Shah. That's what Aga Khan and Sultan Muhammad Shah did. Sultan Muhammad Shah self-proclaimed himself as a monarch.
Hmm.
In his time,
Hmm.
he was rubbing shoulders with the Queen of England,
Mm-hmm.
Queen Victoria, and then King George, and those were the people he was rubbing shoulders with, and they were monarchs.
Mm-hmm.
But was Sultan Muhammad Shah?
No.
No. So why did he have to celebrate his silver jubilee and this and that? Jubilees are celebrated traditionally by the monarchs,
Mm-hmm.
not ordinary people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the title that Sultan Muhammad Shah had in the
Mm-hmm.
British system was Knight Commander of Indian Empire or Grand Knight Commander of Indian Empire. But then those kind of titles were given to a lot of people. I think
Mm-hmm.
one of them was Sir Syed Ahmad Shah, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Okay, many Indian people had received that title, and Sultan Muhammad Shah was only one of them. So, what made Sultan Muhammad Shah the monarch that he pretended to be? So, the
Mm-hmm.
point is that Sultan Muhammad Shah self-proclaimed himself as a Shah
Mm-hmm.
and as a monarch, and accordingly he celebrated his silver, golden, diamond, and platinum jubilee.
Mm-hmm.
So that is where the Shah comes from.
Okay.
Now let's proceed further, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously because Sultan Muhammad Shah did it, Karim Shah did it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Shah Karim Al Husseini. Karim Shah we have spoken about. Karim we know. Al Husseini.
Mm-hmm.
Al Husseini is used to remind people and the Murids
Mm-hmm.
that he belongs to the ancestry of Al Hussein.
Mm-hmm.
Hussein, the Shia Imam, who was martyred in the battlefield of Karbala.
Okay.
So, to prove the lineage, to they can't prove it just by calling yourself Al Husseini. Doesn't become uh, uh, the descendant of Al Hussein.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is all self proclamation.
Okay.
Okay. So it is deception actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, to basically market yourself as the descendant of Al Hussein. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where Al Husseini is coming from.
Okay.
Shah Karim Al Husseini Hazar Imam. Now Hazar Imam has got a very significant connotation attached to the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing. I am a Shah.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Karim. I belong to the lineage of Al Hussein, in other words, Imam Ali,
Mm-hmm.
and in other words, the Prophet of Islam. But unlike the believers of Mullah Ali and Imam Hussein, I am Hazir.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else is Hazir.
Mm-hmm.
I am Hazir. And that is why I am Hazir Imam. That's the issue. So it is 100% lies, deception involved in
Mm-hmm.
those four words Shah Karim Al Husseini Hazarima.
Hmm.
Does that answer your question?
To some extent, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
So
you
what
for clarifying
is
that.
not answered? What is not answered yet?
Basically, these are his titles, right? AgaKhan.
No, they are not. No, they are not titles.
No?
No, none of it is a title. As I just said, is self-proclamation. Say, if I was to say
Mm-hmm.
that I was to say it would be ridiculous, wouldn't it be, if I called myself Sir Salim Lalani?
Mm-hmm.
People would laugh at me, and before people laughed at me, I would laugh at myself. right?
Mhm,
Who gave me the title of sir?
mhm.
But these shameless people, they don't have any shame at all. Who gave them the title of Shah? Who gave them the lineage of Al Husseini?
They did that to themselves, but who allowed them to do all that?
Exactly. But the thing is that they would make a self proclamation. Okay.
Mhm.
But who is there to question it? And who has the time to question it?
You and I. That's what we're,
Exactly. Exactly.
yes, that's
Exactly.
what we're working towards, right? To
Exactly.
reveal
So
all this background.
exactly. So since Sultan Muhammad Shah started this
Mhm,
almost 150 years ago,
mhm,
okay, nobody had questioned it. But now today, Shah has brought it up
mhm.
and we are having a discussion.
Right.
We are asking a question to the Ismaili system
Mhm,
and the Ismaili Jamaat. Who gave Sultan Muhammad Shah the title of Shah?
mhm,
Who gave him the authority to proclaim himself the descendant of Al Hussein and the
mhm.
Prophet?
Honestly, if somebody could give us a straight answer, somebody who knows, can you please come on this channel and inform us and let us know? Because if we have misconstrued something that we have learned or that we have read or that we have been told, please come and correct us because you know what we are thinking, what our points of view are, you know the evidence that has been brought to or to in front of you. So really think about it.
Yeah, well said. Look, we are here almost every week.
Mhm.
Come and talk to us. And if
Yes.
you don't feel comfortable identifying yourself for the fear of persecution in the Ismaili system, don't worry. Come anonymously.
Mhm.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So have I answered your questions yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
What's the next question?
My next question is when we have rituals that we do in Jamaat Khana, like for example, we do Ruhani Dua, right?
Yeah.
Before, the rules were that you can bring a sweet dish, a spicy dish, milk, and fruit, right? Then they cut out the milk and the fruit. Then they made it just one palo, whether it's sweet or spicy. So many things like this have been changed in our rituals. A number of things have changed over the years. So if there is such a significance behind our rituals, why are they so easily able to change everything on us without explanation? The council. And their answer would always be, oh, Hazrat Imam has directed us to do it this way.
Hmm. See, they play the game according to their convenience.
Very much so.
Okay. But you have brought up an issue
Mhm,
which not many people know about. And I'm going to talk about it today.
mhm.
Ruhani Majlis. You're talking about Ruhani Majlis, aren't you?
Yes.
Ruhani Majlis, what is the need or the significance of it? Why do they have Ruhani Majlis?
Mhm.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Obviously, Ruhani is somebody who is deceased
Mhm,
and they're having a majlis, a meeting, a spiritual meeting. Why are they having that spiritual meeting?
mhm.
To pray for the soul of that deceased member
Right.
or all the deceased members of Ismaili faith.
Mhm.
Once upon a time, I think people used to have majlises only for their family member, but now I think they're having it for all Ruhanis.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, whatever it is, individual or combined, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But why?
Hmm.
The reason is to pray for the liberation, the asal mein wasal of the deceased members of their family.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, why pray for them? Okay, did the deceased not pray for his forgiveness of sins while he was alive?
Multiple times.
From cradle to grave,
Mm-hmm.
from cradle to grave, that person, when he was alive, he paid money, good money after bad,
Mm-hmm.
to have his sins forgiven.
Right.
When he was dying
Mm-hmm.
on his deathbed, they gave him a Mahadan no Chato
Right.
to cleanse any residue of the sins that he may have accumulated.
Mm-hmm.
I ask, what happened to the forgiveness of the sins? Was he forgiven
Mm-hmm.
when he died, or he died sinful? The very practice of Ruhani Majlis is evidence of the fact that he was not forgiven. Because if he was forgiven, why are you praying for his sins now?
Right.
So, do you see the farce? Do you see the deception?
Mm-hmm. Thank you for
That
clarifying that and making it so clear. It makes a lot of
the,
sense what you have just said.
the, the sins were never forgiven. The sins were not there to start off.
Mm-hmm.
At least not the way it was presented.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, tobo tobo taksirdar, bando sirta pa gunegar, yasha tu guna bakshe bakshanhar. I mean, do we have any clue as to what are we saying? Tobo tobo taksirdar, I repent, I repent.
Mm-hmm.
Bando sarta pa gunegar. I am a sinner from top to toe.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge anybody to come and tell me that a human being can be a sinner from top to toe.
Mm-hmm.
No human being can be a sinner from top to toe. It is a I am struggling for words. It is a lie
Mm-hmm.
beyond contemplation.
And it's
I
so
mean,
hard for people to.
a person to say that I am a sinner from top to toe. Salim Lalani, okay, is
Mhm.
standing in a queue, and then when it's his turn to do dua karavi, he is actually paying the money to Mukhi, and he is admitting that I am a sinner from top to toe.
Mhm.
Question is, what sins has he committed in the 24 hours? He was there making that declaration only 24 hours ago.
Not
Within
even,
24 hours, how many sins did he accumulate?
not necessarily even 24 hours. If you go to a midlas and then kane, regular kane, you have to do dua twice
Correct. So
within maybe 40 minutes.
within a matter of minutes,
Right.
how many in the same Jamaat Khana,
Hmm.
okay, how many sins did he commit in that Jamaat Khana
Correct.
that he became a sinner from top to toe?
Hmm.
That is what we are saying. It is an evidence of the absence of what we call the grey matter. The
Hmm.
grey matter is absent.
Right.
Would you go to a court of law and say that I'm a sinner from top to toe?
Never.
So why are you saying that have you committed that many sins? If you were a sinner from top to toe, you would be a danger to the society.
True.
You should be removed immediately and locked away somewhere, and the three should be thrown in the Atlantic Ocean.
Mhm.
Correct?
Correct.
But the Ismailis are declaring that on a daily basis. I'm a sinner from top to toe within minutes.
Yeah. And wasting
So,
your
yeah,
money,
yeah,
like you
yeah,
said,
yeah,
good behind
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Exactly. It
And
is
where's
all
that money
about
going?
money. It is not about the sins.
Hmm.
It is not about Ruhani.
No.
It is not about the person who has died. It is all about AgaKhan and the money that he wants.
Correct.
You remove money from the system, all the rituals will disappear.
Hmm. Because you
And
will
that's
never
my
see
challenge.
anybody even trying to go to do dua without money. Although everybody says, oh, you can do dua without having money. But imagine if you did that. I don't think the Muki or Kamria would even know what to say to you. They would be
Okay,
wondering.
exactly. See, exactly. That's a very interesting point that you raised.
Mhm.
Okay, let's say it's very easy to say, oh, you can do the dua without money. Nobody's forcing you. But guess what? Forcing doesn't happen in the Ismaili system on the face.
Mhm.
What happens is persecution
Right.
behind your back.
Exactly. Mhm.
That's what happens.
Yes.
So, say, let's take a concrete example
Mhm.
that I was to go to Muki Sahib, not give him money, fold my hands and do Tobo Tobo Taksidar. It is
Mhm.
possible that the kind hearted Muki Sahib will forgive my sins anyway.
Mhm.
The next day I come again, the following day I come again. I keep coming for next 2 months
Mhm.
and not give money. Guess what? What will happen? He will start talking.
Right.
He will tell the Kamadiya, Kamadiya will tell the Kamadiyani, Kamadiyani will tell the whole world.
Mhm.
And the whole world will know. See that man over there? See that man Salim Lalani? He has been coming to Mukhi Sahib for last 2 months.
Mhm.
The Mola who gave him all the income,
Mhm.
he doesn't even have $1 for Mola. That is what happens.
Yeah. That's
And
very
then
difficult.
slowly he gets a label.
Mhm.
Slowly he gets a label, and that label is there. Nobody can see that label, but it will remain until he dies.
Mhm.
Until actually, even beyond his death, the
Mhm.
label will remain. They will tell, they will talk about him to people after him.
Mhm.
See this man, his father, Salim Lalani, used to not give money to Mukesh.
Mhm.
He will never be forgiven.
Mhm.
So anybody that tells you you can do the dua without money, tell them this.
I will. I will.
Did
Because
it
it's
did it
very
make
easy to
sense?
say, but it's not doable.
It's not doable.
No.
They say to me, nobody is forcing you to pay money.
Right.
Of course you are forcing.
Yeah.
There is a physical force and then there is a psychological force.
Mhm.
You have missionaries talking about hell and the graphic nature of the human condition
Mhm.
when you will go to hell.
Mhm.
It is coercion.
Mhm.
Vices on hell is actually human psychological abuse.
Mhm.
Nobody is coming to you and saying to you, you have to give money. You will give the money yourself
Mhm.
when you are scared.
Right.
That's the way religions work. They scare you.
It's
The
completely based
graphic
on fear.
nature of what will happen to you. You will be thrown into the hellfire.
Mhm.
According to Sultan Muhammad Shah, red hot hammers will be struck on your head.
Wow.
According to the Ginan,
Mhm.
okay, Eji Dunya Sirti Shah More, your brain will protrude from your ears. That many hammers will be stuck on your head. I mean, what else do you want? I mean, you say to me that nobody is forcing you. What is this?
Mhm.
If this is not coercion, the Ginan and the Farman and the missionary reiterating, rubbing it into you, okay, what is it?
And it starts at a very young age, so they know that, you're not going to question anything. And even if you do, nobody will give you the right answer.
Nobody will give you the right answer.
No.
And if you dare to ask this sort of questions, you get a label.
Mhm.
You are a rebel. And
Yep.
if you cross the mark, you
Mhm.
could even be excommunicated.
Mhm.
So does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. So you've answered two very important questions for me today. Thank you so much. You're such a wealth of knowledge, and it really warms my heart to be able to speak to you and get all this, learning all this information from you. It really, really helps a lot. So I sincerely thank you. And I
Thank you.
again want to encourage others too. Like, I'm from Gen Z. Please come and join us. You don't have to show your face, or you don't have to, your voice can be altered, what have you. We'll protect you. And those who think that we are wrong, even come and let us know what we are saying is wrong. Explain to us, tell us where we're going wrong. I'm happy to apologize and, come back into Kane and what have you. But until that time, it's not going to happen.
I would like to make the same pledge
Mhm.
that if somebody should come and explain to me
Mhm.
as to answer my questions, I'm willing to stop this campaign and become an Ismaili if I was accepted by the system.
Mhm.
Okay, but please come and explain to me, give me the answers.
Mhm.
And the last thing I want to say in this episode is that if you come and talk, tell me anonymously, that is, tell me what have you got to lose? Nothing.
Mhm.
But guess what? If you come and talk, clear your conscience, what have you got to gain? A lot. You have nothing to lose but a lot to gain by clearing your conscience, by supporting the campaign. That yes, something wrong is happening, and these are my views. Oh, you guys have got it all wrong. At least that way, you have shown the courage of standing up for your system. But neither you are doing that, nor you are doing anything for yourself. You are keeping quiet for your own motives. And your motive is to go to the social club. Your motive is to belong to the community. And I have no problem with that. And that is why we want you to come anonymously. So please come and express yourself. Talk to us. With that thought, we'll say goodbye to you. Shai, do you have anything to add?
No, that's all. We will continue. I will have more questions for you next time. That I can promise.
Thank you, Shai. Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Whoever will be listening to this recording, have a good evening, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are. Look after yourself and remember, do not give to AgaKhan, give to the poor. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.